Everybody, it's Debbie. Welcome. You're at your home, your happy place. I hope your Christmas decorating and any celebrating you're already doing, shopping, wrapping is going well. And today I am going to take myself on a little trip way back to where we would go downtown St. Louis to a store called, many of you will never have heard of it, but you'll be surprised, Famous and Bar. And Famous and Bar actually was Macy's, but for some reason in St. Louis, it was Famous and Bar. Always a disappointment to me because when Miracle of 34th Street would come on, I'd be like jealous because it was all about Macy's and our store wasn't named Macy's, but eventually it got changed. But when I was, let's say 3 to 5, somewhere in there, early 60s, we would go down with the neighbors and we would get a little ticket to go see Santa. We'd get a little free gift. I still remember one in particular. It was a little navy blue, a vinyl cross-shoulder bag that came with American Airlines wings. I was so proud. I'd never flown before, didn't know anything, but it was just, I was so proud of that. But the goal was to walk outside all the way around the block and just take in every single store display window. They were mostly animated, which was not something we would have seen in the early 60s anywhere else. And you know, if I think back, you guys, I can say we had one little, really little plastic TV, and it was black and white, and you maybe saw, I think we had The Wonderful World of Disney on Sunday nights and maybe Ed Sullivan. There wasn't much else on television. Of course, there were no computers, cell phones, none of that. So this was a big highlight for us. So I'm thinking that, even though it's not going to be animated, as I'm in my kitchen looking at my little display areas. And the one that I think is going to be most like something I would have seen there will be the biggest one here because I can play up there. So I hope you'll join me in getting excited about building a little display that kind of reminds me of yesteryear. Let's decorate! This is the spot we're going to go, and of course that means I'm going to be up and down a ladder, so the filming of it's really difficult, but I'm going to start with my backdrop, and because there's so much white space up there, I'm going to pull together these 2 wreaths, and nothing that I'm using is new this year, so I'll link what I can, but it's most likely going to be something similar, just so you know, at least for this spot. Maybe there'll be something new in some of the other things we do today. But let's get started. A beautiful wreath. It's got a little frosting of snow on it, the berries, the pine cones, and a gorgeous velvet ribbon. All right, I just propped that up there. Now, I've already put a stand up here on a little bit of a riser so that it would get the picture lifted up that I'm going to do, but I'm going to put my other wreath in over here in the corner. And there we go. Next, I'm going to put in this picture. Really don't recall where I got it. I think I've had it before. Maybe I got this last year, which makes me think I should look in the back. And that was... Okay, so this was Walmart last year, and it's a really, it almost feels like parchment paper. It's very vintage looking, which is keeping with my idea of, it's keeping with my idea of an old-fashioned Christmas. Is it Downton Abbey? No, but every room is not going to look like Downton Abbey. So I'm doing the best I can here. pretty sure I got this little guy at Walmart last year as well. He's so cute. And I thought, oh, he'd be great with my cocoa stand, but it was so busy. And I just wanted to find a place where he'd really have presence. So I think I'm going to pop him right up there in front of that wreath. Now, wouldn't it be perfect if he was animated and he would look at his list and drink some cocoa and say, ho, ho, ho. I was unpacking items. I don't really recall what this was in here. Maybe plates. And these are styrofoam, like soft styrofoam. And I thought these could make great risers, so I hung on to them. And honestly, I didn't even cover them up there because they kind of look like snow. And then I found, now I haven't opened these up for a couple years. One year I went very gingerbread in the kitchen, and I keep not opening it because I'm not doing gingerbread. But I thought up there for that display, I'm going to use all my little gingerbread things. I know that almost everything in here was Hobby Lobby. And they may still have these this year. I don't know. But let's start with a little riser. I love the detail in this. You can see the sparkles everywhere. Even the back is decorated. I mean, it really does look, when I look at that, it looks edible to me. It does have a spot for batteries, but obviously I'm not going to be climbing up there to turn it on and off. So we won't have any light coming outside of it. We're going to add these delicious, delicious looking guys. Let's see here. And this little guy out in front. Little dimension. I kept looking for a way to use this. I've used this in the past for little individual packets of cocoa. I can't really remember what else I've done with it, but this year I was looking for a riser and I thought turn it around to the red side. And I mean, that would have been okay, I guess, but I turned it around to the red side and I'm using this as a riser up there. I apologize for the lighting. It's early, but the sun is up. It's just we're in a cloud again today. And you can't really see. I can't get it any brighter, but this is such a detailed gingerbread house. It's so gorgeous. Look at that on the side. Wow. A little candy flower bed. The icing looks so real. Let's see what the back looks like. Oh, I never even noticed that. How pretty. Again, this one has batteries so that you could light her up. All right, she's going on that red box. And this little darling is going to stand in front. And the last little house, they're all different, so different. A little snowman and a Christmas tree on the front of this one. Big candy canes on the sides. Like a chocolate roof. And again, I'm not using the batteries, so. I've added my last two little gingerbread people, and we are going to add just a little more sparkle right in here in the backdrop. This tree I picked up at Home Goods either last year or the year before. I love all the individual sparkles you see on it of color. And then of course a brush tree, who knows? You know, you can get these just about anywhere. But they're both in the gold, so I'm gonna pop those in the back, and I think that'll fill in that space. So if you can imagine maybe something, the trees turning. I saw that on Crafting with Kim. She has little trees on turntables. It's so beautiful. And Santa Claus doing something. It could just be one of those beautiful little displays from years gone by. So have some fun if you've got a space to decorate like that. Next, when I go up to these, the lighting is always bad, but I have 19 of these windows. Typically, I have kept, there's a lot of storage space in them. So see how it's changing? Sorry. Typically, I have kept mostly white up there just so it's not a distraction. But for Christmas, I am going to try something and make it look a little bit more Christmassy. And it is very budget friendly. So it had to be inexpensive. And maybe, well, you can't. It's hard to find. So I wanted something the size of a charger. I knew that. So I looked at chargers, and the least expensive I found were at Hobby Lobby. Even though they were $2, they packed a punch. Wow, they're beautiful. And I was able to find enough. That's the other thing. I found some, I don't recall what, I think they were $1.50 online at a Dollar General or a Dollar Tree, but they were sold out everywhere. So I thought of this later on. And then I kept thinking, oh, I can't, I mean, I don't have any dishes that are going to work that I would have 19 of. So I just kept looking. I looked at some cookie tins that I could have put in the center. I mean, I could have maybe found a little Christmas tree, but those were all sold out by now. So I decided on one package of paper plates. Came 20 in the pack, and Scotch tape. And that is what I'm going to do. And I've got one whole little row completed, so I will go ahead and show you what it's going to look like. So I still cut my storage behind all of that, and you know, I think it's kind of pretty. It's not all done, obviously. I showed you I haven't done it all, but I'm going to get it all done right now, and we'll see what it looks like. You can kind of see how it blends with that and this. I think it looks pretty good. I know you're not getting the close-up, but the color's there, and that little bit of gold and garland is showing up. I think it looks kind of pretty. I think what I'll say about this is it totally draws your eye. I've got this completely white kitchen, and it draws your eye up to the top, which normally it doesn't. And I don't know. I'm loving it. It's super simple, inexpensive, and added a big pop of Christmas color to my kitchen. Last, we're going to address the 3 identical display shelves I have on this side of the kitchen. I try to keep it consistent. These I bought last year at Kirkland's, and so that's going to be my backdrop for all 3. Also, I have more of my Blue Sky Clayworks homes, and all different, of course. This one, I don't know if it has a name. Oh yeah, it does. Winter Wonderland Church. Oh, it's beautiful. So pretty. And then what will change is what else is going to go up there. So on the two ends, I'm going to have the identical little floral arrangement. And on this particular one, I just looked for something color-wise and height-wise that I thought would go with it. So I'm going to pull these 4 items together up there and show you the end result. This is the center one. I'm looking for the name. I wonder, surely I don't have it backwards. So this one doesn't have a name that I can see on it, but it's really a pretty one as well. Look at that. Oh, I love these. And so there's the plate. And then on this one, I had one of these little pine cones and berry trees that surely came from Hobby Lobby, as well as this. I'm not really sure where that came from, but together it's a cute little display up here. This is an especially cute one. I love, love, love. It's got so much dimension in it. Look at that. Look at the side. Wow, wow, wow. I'm sure the other one's similar. Yeah. So pretty. And then I've got my same little flower. And over here, I'm going to take you back to Rudolph. So I saw these and they reminded me of something that would be Victorian. And so I picked these up actually this year at Hobby Lobby, but things are so picked over now. He was the absolute last little guy and he's broken. What belongs in his hand right there is a little candle. And I just, I always love the little song and the little scene where we're at the island of misfit toys. And I'm not going to sing it for you guys, but you guys, if you've watched Rudolph, you know that. Sometimes it makes me cry. So I bought him because I didn't think anybody else would. And I'm going to cherish him. So there we have the very last. Oh, I can't back up. Thanks for joining me today, and from small to large, little displays, they can just put a little spark of joy in our lives, maybe take us back like these did for me to memories of childhood's past and create new ones for your kids or your grandkids. I am going to ask you if you would please give me a like, and if you can hype, please hype. It all helps. I hope to see you in the comments. Thank you so much for your time and your views. So today, we are literally packing the car right now, headed out, and by the time you see this, it'll all be over, but oh well. We're on our way to supper club. This evening, I will be filming my friend's home that I told you about, that honestly, you're gonna just love it. It's going to be beautiful, and I hope that that is the next video I bring you. So don't forget to have that notification bell hit, because I don't know what day it'll come, but I will see you soon. Thank you guys so much again. God bless.